ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna, I would like to welcome you all for our today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we are reading from Canto 3, chapter number 27, entitled Understanding the Material Nature, and text number 11. Muktalingam Shadhabhasham Asati Pratipadyate Sato bandhum asarchakshuhu sarvanushitam advayam muktalingam shadhabhasham asati pratipadyate sato bandhum asarchakshuhu sarvanoshitam advayam muktalingam shadabhasham asati pratipadyate sato bandhum asachakshuhu sarvanushitam advayam Muktalingam shadhabhasham asati pratipadyate sato bandhum asachakshuhu sarvanoshutam advayam Muktalingam shadhabhasham asati pratipadyate Sato bandhum asachakshuhu sarvanushitam advayam. Word to word meaning: Muktalingam, transcendental; Shadabhasham, manifest as a reflection; Asati, in the false ego; Pratipadyate, he realizes; Sataha bandhum, the support of the material cause; Asat chakshuhu, the eye, revealer of the illusory energy; Sarva anushitam, entered into everything; Advayam, without a second. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai. Translation: a liberated soul realizes the absolute personality of Godhead, who is transcendental and who is manifest as a reflection even in the false ego. He is the support of the material cause and he enters into everything. He is absolute, one without a second, and he is the eyes of the illusory energy. A pure devotee can see the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in everything materially manifested. He is present there only as a reflection. But a pure devotee can realize that in the darkness of material illusion, the only light is the Supreme Lord, who is its support. It is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita that the background of the material manifestation is Lord Krishna. And as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita, Krishna is the cause of all the causes. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the Supreme Lord, by his partial or plenary expansion, is present not only within this universe and each and every universe, but in every atom. Although he is one without a second, the word Advayam, without a second, which is used in this verse, indicates that although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is represented in everything, including the atoms, He is not divided. His presence in everything is explained in the next verse. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuanmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deen Bandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vindhavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyate Deshatarne Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are furthermore continuing the teachings of Lord Kapila Dev, which he is explaining to his mother, using her as an instrument to teach the whole world of every single aspects of the devotional service. Because if we want to make our career in any particular field, that particular field requires time, that particular field requires education, that particular needs required a teacher, books, and the teachers to explain us, practical, theory, everything it requires. Because without that, all those things, the teachings will be incomplete and we will not able to nourish or justify the full course. So Bhakti lifestyle is one of the courses that a jiva meant to do it. And when a jiva chooses or desire to do bhakti, so bhakti also have all these elements. Books are there, practices are there, theory is there, practical is there, and that requires a lot of time, that requires sincerity, determination, knowledge, and when we grab the knowledge, we imply in our life. It means application is there. Without the application, things automatically goes wrong because there is no space anywhere. What to speak about spiritual life, there is no space for mental speculation. I think it could be like this, or I believe it can be done like this. No, there is no belief. The absolute reality is mentioned here throughout the whole Vedic scriptures. So there is no question of doing a mental speculation, such as when we go to different schools and colleges. That school and college is affiliated or certified or recognized by government. Okay, and their books are being certified and their teachers are being certified. And so where is the question that we can use the mental speculation? No, there is no question. So in a similar way here, Lord Kapila, he is explaining to his mother, Mother, no wonder I said in Bhagavad Gita that bhaktya mam abhijanati. But yavan yachasvi tatvataha. Tato mam tatvato gyato vishte tad anantaram. My mother, no doubt that by bhakti I am to be known. But in that bhakti, tattva has to be understood in a proper context. If that tattva is not being understood, then our faith is like shaking. In the beginning of our bhakti, it says in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Chaitanya Charitamrita that our shraddha is very komal, means very weak. Okay, anything we start with shraddha. Okay, if you see there is a boy and there is a girl, they are about to start their relationship or they are going to get married. So what they do, by getting the information about each other, somewhere they put their faith on it. Okay, maybe this person is perfect for my rest of my life, where we are going to spend together. And what you do in that relationship, we meet each other. We speak to each other every day, so many hours. We meet each other, okay, and we spend time. We start liking or knowing each other's liking, disliking. That's how we develop our deeper relationship. In a similar way, when we are going to build up our relationship with the Supreme God, which we have forgotten for millions of lifetimes or since we are here in this material world, the whole purport of Srila Prabhupada is encourages us to develop our forgotten relationship. And for that relationship, that requires a lot of knowledge, knowing about each other. If somebody comes and asks us, okay, you are Krishna's devotee, you are Lord's devotee, tell me about him. Okay, tell me about the names of his queens. Do we know all of them? Or actually primary 8 queens. Do we know? No. Okay, how much do we know about Krishna? Just only very little much. Why? Because we are not spending enough time with him or with his devotees or through the books, because through books are the only medium we can try to know here Lord Krishna. So here's saying the person who has become perfect or who has become matured in his bhakti, his seeing the Lord is different than seeing the Lord what we are seeing. It's completely different because this person has done a lot of austerity, penances, and whatever Lord Krishna has asked in the scriptures to know about him. He has gone through with that one. And how his eyes will be, it says in Brahma Samhita, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Viloche Ena Shantas Deva Hirde Eshu Vilokayanti Yam Sham Sundaram Chanta Guna Sarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. The persons whose eyes are ointed, we say in Hindi kajal, the persons who's put his kajal of love, then he can see the love of a Godhead. If the person who is not smearing his eyes with the love of Godhead, how can he see the God? It is impossible for him. And in today's translation, how beautifully it says, a liberated soul realizes. Means who? The person who has detached from this material world and especially from the false ego. If you see the previous chapter, or sorry, the previous shloka, it says one should be situated in the transcendental position beyond the stages of material consciousness and should be aloof from the other conception of life, thus realizing freedom from false ego. One should see his own self just as he sees the sun in the sky. So we need to detach ourselves, especially from the false ego. False ego is the root cause of all the problems for us to be in the material world. Because with that false ego, what kind of conception comes in our mind or generates in our mind? That we are the enjoyer. We are the enjoyer of this woman. We are the enjoyer of this man. We are the enjoyer of this country. We are the enjoyer of this property, car, bank balances, whatever. So we put ourselves in the center. And when we are in the center, that's where all the problem arises. That's when we need to take ourselves out from it. And when we take ourselves out of it, then we become a self-realized person. And when that self-realized person, he can only see the God. How he sees? In today's words, it's talk about the characteristics of the soul, of the absolute truth. The first is, when a person is self-realized, he sees the Supreme Lord's hand in the false ego, because he is the cause of all and he is the support of the material cause, and he entered into every atom. He is the absolute without any second, and he is the eyes of illusionary energy. Even though it says that in the purport that, or in the translation, that he is one without the second, what does it mean? Does he have but we see in other pastimes of the Lord in Srimad Bhagavatam that he manifests himself in so many ways. Okay, first he manifests himself as Balaram, and then furthermore it goes and goes and goes and goes. We say unlimited there. Then the material creation happens. Pradhana is there, Mahatattva is there, then this mode of goodness are there, which is modes of material natures are there, passion is there, ignorance is there, and when they interact with false ego, when mode of goodness interacts with false ego, something else comes out. When mode of passion interacts with false ego, something else comes out. When mode of ignorance interacts with false ego, then something else comes out. And when Diksar comes out, a realized person with the full knowledge and studying the Vedic scriptures, he understands Lord has his hand everywhere in every single aspect of life. When we understand or get the information, especially in this third canto, where Lord Kapila Dev tells that when Mahavishnu's pores, his hair pores of billions and billions of universes comes out, and then he himself manifests again as a Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Then he enters into every single planet. And in that every single planet, again Lord Brahma comes out of his navel. And Lord Brahma creates many other living entity. And he implants the spirit soul in every single living entity, but they still don't function. Then Garbhodakshai Vishnu again as a Shirodakshai Vishnu, which is the Paramatma in the heart, he enters in every single atom, in every single living entity. So Lord Krishna, through his various energies, he expands himself. And still when he expands himself, still he is aloof from all the cause and the effect. Because that's not him. His energies are doing it. Still he says, I am in there, but they are not in me. Because his teachings are really inconceivable. Really, which means it's called Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva. One stand we can understand, and other sense we cannot understand. In Ishopanishad, it's mentioned, Lord is inside also, and he is outside also. I mean, it completely bewilders our mind. How do we understand, like you and me, okay, all of us here, if we see ourselves, okay, I'm sitting inside, so I am only inside, I cannot be outside. But Lord, He's simultaneously, He's inside also and He's outside also. How? Through His different energies. He is also residing in His supreme abode, which is Vaikuntha or which is Goloka Vrindavan. But still, He is also next to us. He is residing in this body with the Jiva. He is helping them, guiding them out. Come back to it. Many people in India, they say, in scripture, it says that if the God is everywhere, why should we go to the temple? Yeah? Or mosque or Gurudwara or church. Why should we go if the God is everywhere? Yes, God is everywhere. Then why not God is in the temple? If you're saying God is everywhere, why should we go to the temple? Then why, if God is everywhere, why we should not go to the temple? The question is not why God is everywhere. The question is, are you able to see God everywhere or not? Yes, sadhus has seen, scriptures has said, God has said, yes, see me in every single atom, see me in every single thing, like trees, other human beings, other animals. But do we have the eyes? Do we have the knowledge? Do we have that Shastra Chakshu to see every single living thing or non-living thing in relation to Lord Krishna? No, because we are ignorant. Because we haven't studied, we haven't practiced, we haven't applied those knowledge in our life. That's why we are struggling. Very hard to understand. For that thing, we must go to the temple, mosque, Gurudwara or church to gain the knowledge, to practice the knowledge. Once your eyes are full with the love of God, which tears are coming out, then you can say, okay, I don't need to go to the temple. Like Srila Prabhupada says, many times example, like a president. Even the president is sitting at a one place, on his chair or in his office or in his room, but still through his agencies, those who are working under him, different departments. He is present everywhere in the society through rules. Can you see that? Like police, police commissioner. Whoever is the ultimate police there, who makes the rules, state law or state rules and regulations, even though he doesn't come personally here and there, but through his other departments or through his other policemen, his rules are being followed everywhere. So in a similar way, Lord is also there, but He's also close to us. But do we have the knowledge? Do we have the eyes? No, we don't have the eyes. That's why it says in today's purpose, a liberated soul realizes the absolute truth, okay, who is transcendental. So we must take the shelter of this type of devotees. In Bhagavad Gita, 18.66, it's a very, very famous shloka in all over India. And plus in our ISKCON also, everybody knows this shloka. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tarma sarve pape bhyo mokshayashmi ma suchaha. Means abandon all the religion, just surrender into me. I will make you free from all the sinful activity. Isn't it a very good deal? I mean, he's saying you give up everything. Just surrender. I will make you free from all your sinful activity. Okay, but intelligent person asks the question, so what is the procedure? How should we surrender into him? The next question comes, what is the procedure? How should we surrender into him? How can we gain the benefit or the blessings of the Lord? What he's saying, I will make you free from all the sinful activity. The answer comes in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, which is the transcendental knowledge, verse number 34, one of the very famous shloka. Tad viddhi pranipatena paripashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninan tattva darshinaha. Just try to learn the absolute truth by approaching a self-realized person. Do service to him. Make him pleased by your service. And then do submissive inquiry. No observed question. Observed means which is not related to your spiritual life. Ask which is really beneficial to your spiritual life and other spiritual life. And then by seeing the sincerity and your service and your determination to know the God, those transcendently will impart you the knowledge of the absolute truth. Because they have seen the absolute truth. Tattva darshinaha, because they have seen. So we must surrender only those people or only those transcendently, those devotees who have seen the absolute truth by practicing, by applying or by learning from their own senior, which comes in a disciplic succession. But if you don't follow all this procedure which Lord himself has set up for us, okay, approach my devotee, do seva to him, inquire very submissively. This is the procedure. That's why Lord said, that's what I want to be known. Bhaktya mam abhijanita. Okay. And there's another verse Lord says in Srimad Bhagavatam that Acharya mam vijaniya. Acharya mam. Know this pure devotee as my own self. Never envy of him, of any cost. Never disrespect of them. Whoever they are. You know why? Because Sarvo Devo Mayo Guru. Because they are the representative of all the demigods. A pure devotee of the Lord is a representative of all the demigods plus God himself. Because why? Because he is speaking the same knowledge. He is imparting the same knowledge to us. So where we can get enlightened ourselves. Even a slight envious towards him or them, or disrespecting, or by any means, that knowledge, Krishna withdraws the mercy from the knowledge. Even though sometimes we hear the knowledge, we ask the question, we get the answer also, but our attitude to serve the devotee, it really obstacles on our path of bhakti. We need to respect them as good as Krishna himself. Because Krishna says, because they are living in my heart. They are really living in my heart because they know the condition of my heart, and according to that, they impart the knowledge on different time, place, and circumstances. Such a very easy thing has been given here by Lord Krishna. But what we say many times out of our false ego, which here talking about we need to be free from it. No, I know everything. It says it's a recommendation of all the great sadhus that when we come to sadhu or any sadhu to ask any question, so our this organ which we call ear, it should be open, and this organ, as you say mouth, it should be closed. Because many times we have seen that when any materialistic person comes, he closes his ears and he opens his mouth. Because he just wants to come and give the knowledge to the sadhu, which is a very precarious condition. I mean, when you come to the sadhu, you only speak or you only hear what is required for you to get out of this material world. We should not open our mouth. We should open our mouth where we have been ordered to open. In scripture, Prabhupada says, devotees are also moni, like moni Baba we say. What do you mean by moni? Means the person is quiet. He doesn't speak any word. But if you see the devotee of the Lord, they are 24 hours speaking. But they are speaking about Krishna Katha. They are glorifying the Lord. So that much permission is allowed. We must open our mouth when there is a need to glorify the Lord or for preaching. Otherwise, we should shut our mouth. We have seen, we have been conditioned for so many lifetime. As soon as we just open our mouth, we glorify ourselves. We glorify our activity. We glorify our beauty. We glorify our profession. We glorify like anything. And in a return, we want to hear our glorification from others' mouth. But that is not, we have gotten this mouth or this ear or this eyes or other senses. We have given all these 5 senses to glorify the Lord, not to glorify ourselves. And when we do so, then it is says that there is no hope for us. We can try. We says that when we are here among the association of the sadhu, we must hear, because hearing is the first process. Like if you want to love somebody, okay, how do you know love somebody when you don't know about him or her? What you do? You inquire from other people who know them very well. Like a person, he's just going to get married, with a girl. Then what he does? He takes the information from her parents, from her friends, from her siblings, and from other things where they are close to them. And he grabs the knowledge and he acts according to them to please that person. In a similar way, when we want to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we take the information from the devotees. We take the information which has been documented in the Vedic scriptures by the different sages, those who have seen the Lord face to face. But if the mental speculation comes, then we don't have any hope. See, throughout the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, different millennium, different yuga, different kalpa, different devotees, when they have seen the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they have given the exact detailed information about his personality. Kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha shobham. Okay, he wears more mukut, like peacock feather. His eyes are like lotus petal. He carries the flute in his hand, and he carries the buffalo horns around his waist. He wears yellow dhoti, which is pitambar. He wears Vajanti mala, which is garland made of 5 types of flowers. Okay, so many, and he's surrounded by cows. He's surrounded by his friends and devotees. Every single devotee who have seen or met Lord face to face, their descriptions are actually matches with each other. There is no difference, because that's what they have followed the process very, very carefully. But if the person who hasn't seen the Lord and who hasn't practiced what Lord asked him to do, and if you ask, have you seen the Lord? No, there is no Lord. There is no Lord. He has no form. He has no eyes. He has no legs. He doesn't look like. Well, there is something wrong with it. That means the information you have got is incorrect. Even though if you have got correctly, you haven't applied it correctly, because you were doing mental speculation. So where is the hope? Where can we see the hand of the Lord in every single aspects of our life? It says in Bhagavad Gita, Lord is Suhrad Sarva Bhutanam. Suhrad means what? Surat, there are different meaning, different levels of people are in our life. But Surat, ultimate meaning is ever well-wisher, who always think the benefit of his children. So Lord is the only one. Okay, today I am a friend to you, a very good friend to you. And after some years, I do some dodgy things, some illegal things where police can come and they catch me. And you get afraid because I was associating with that person. Maybe police may doubt on me and they will come and catch me. You say, no, I don't know this person. I never know this person. I have no contact with this person. You will immediately cut off all relationship with me. But Lord, He's still always there guiding as a Paramatma to the Jiva. Don't do all these things. You will be stuck in the matter. Even that Jiva, due to his bad activity or bad deeds, when this Jiva takes a different species of life, such as, a worm in the stool, or a very, lower species like, you can say crocodile, cockroaches, or ants, or insects, or bugs, anything, still the Paramatma, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his partial incarnation, he's still associating or giving the direction to this Jiva. Can we go and tell that, oh, I used to be your husband in those previous life and today I have become a bug. Please kindly take care of me. No, hey, come on, go away. You're a bug. Just go away. Even in this life, people, they just get rid of us. As soon as they see any benefit, oh, you are my friend, you are my Prabhu, you are my mentor, you are my Shiksha Guru, so and so. And suddenly when they see any discrepancy, for any fault, they say, no, I don't know this person. Immediately they're just trying to wash their hand off on us. That's a precarious situation, but Lord doesn't say. Still He says, okay, he has done any abominable activity due to his karma. He is such a very heinous situation. Still, he is my child. Who can say that? Who can say that? Only a suhrat person. In a similar way, a spiritual master also plays the similar role to say his disciple, I am a suhrat to you. Means I am always your well-wisher. You see, like in our ISKCON, there are many disciples, they have done something wrong and it puts the name of the spiritual master down for some reason. It could be, any accident, it could be anything. But still, the God brothers and God sisters says, oh, we don't know this person. Who is he? I don't know whether he's our God brother or a God sister. We don't know, really, we don't know. But still the spiritual master says, no, he's my disciple. Even though he's fallen, still he's my disciple. That is the mercy of a liberated person. He doesn't care about his name and fame. He doesn't care about his name and fame, his prestige. He says, no problem, I gave you my shelter. Even though you have done so many mistakes, still, I am here to help you out. Please move on, progress, try to come out of your conditioning and see the Lord of the hands everywhere. Because we all are conditioned. We all are conditioned by our nature, life since time immemorial. There is no count to it. If we start counting, we will not be each to our end. And if we start counting the abominable activities we have done? No. But still we show ourselves as we are the Mahatma, we are the Dharmatma, and we are the pious soul. No, we are not. Many people say, I am innocent. You are not innocent. If you are innocent, you wouldn't be here in the material world. Because you have done something wrong, that's why you are here. You are just trying to cover yourself because you haven't been exposed to the world how bad you are in your intention, in your activity, in your words, in your dealing, in your relationship. But that does not mean that you are not being exposed, that you are a sadhu. No, we are not. We are here to get purified through this devotional service. And when we are not perfect, we should not point out on others' fault. That's what Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj or maybe Bhakti Vinod Thakur Maharaj has said this. Ki before pointing out anyone's fault, make sure you look yourself. Are you suffering for Kam, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad, Matsarya? These 6 types of enemies means lust, greed, envy, illusion. This type of enemies. If they are in you, then you have no right to go and point out their fault, because it is the duty of the Guru and Krishna to rectify them, who you are to blame out. But we are so expert. We just, if any senior people come, any spiritual master comes, or anybody comes, we start glorifying ourselves like anything. Yes, I am the one who is taking care of this temple. I am the one who is taking care of this department. There is nobody else better than me. These people they are living on my mercy. We start glorifying ourselves like anything and start putting this devotee down. No, it's not that. But if somebody come and ask, Lord Krishna, kindly speak about that person, then see, Krishna will only speak the glorification of his devotee. This person, no wonder, whatever problem he has, still he is my child. Abhichет sa duracharo bhajte mam ananya bhak sadhur eva samantavya samyak vyavasito isaha. No matter how many heinous or abominable activity this person has done, even he has killed a Brahmana, still if he is determined and strong in his pursuit toward me, still I believe he is my sadhu. See, Lord is saying, even though he has killed the Brahmana, but still he has strong in his vow and his practice, in his determination to chant my name, to come to me, to serve me. I say he is sadhu. If the Lord is saying he is sadhu, who are we to point out the fault of this person? And that was 9:30 Bhagavad Gita. And 9:31 Lord says, Shipram bhavti dharmatma swacham shantim nigachati kaunteya pratijanahi name bhakta pranashyati. Shipram means very quickly. Don't worry, because he is in the process of devotional service. Very quickly he will become righteous, pious and religious person. Don't worry, because he is following my path. If he is following my path, very soon he will become righteous. And take my words, O Kunti Putra, take my words, Kaunteya pratijanahi name bhakta pranashyati, because I am standing next to him to give him direction. So nothing will happen to him. Very shortly he will become pure. Like in Prabhupada says in his teaching about the mangoes. Okay, mango has different levels to notice or to see or to eat. When a mango is there and is connected to the tree, if it's like fresh mango, okay, just sprout up, maybe a few days, few months. When you try to take a bite, it's very sour. Yeah, but if you leave that mango still connected to the tree, and that mango over the period of time become a ripened mango, which tastes you very sweet. So in initial days, if we see any devotees who have just joined and they are not perfect in their duties, in their practice, okay, being as a preacher, being as a senior matured person, we must have to look, no, this person is just an unripe mango. He had just come up. But the point is, let him be connected to the tree, and the tree is the devotional service, the bhakti tree. Let him be connected. Wait for the time. Nourish that mango with proper association, and let this mango hang out with that tree for so many days, and see at the end of the day that devotee is so sweet in his behavior. That devotee is so sweet in his Krishna Katha. That devotee is so sweet in glorifying the Lord everywhere. And everybody will start liking that devotee. Hey, this person is so fabulous. Whenever I come in contact with that person, I feel joy. Okay. In Melbourne, I have been associated with many Srila Prabhupada devotees. Okay. They say bhakti is so powerful, so powerful, so powerful that we cannot even have a calculation how powerful it is. Okay. He say we used to have this devotee, like when they were young during Prabhupada time. Okay. And everybody has their egos, everybody has their, boiling young blood to show each other's ki I am superior to this and that. And this person was giving a hard time, and nobody likes this person. Okay, nobody likes to serve, nobody likes to be with him because he was giving a hard time to everybody by any means, by speaking harshly, by making a tough time for others, so many. So nobody likes him, but people tolerated, okay, this person. And over the period of time, they say this person has come off such a wonderful Vaishnava that everybody loves to associate with him. It is just a matter of time, because we ourselves don't have a proper eye chakshu to see what is good and what is bad in the right perspectives. So we immediately give the conclusion, okay, this person is not good. How can you say that? He just started. He just started his journey towards Lord Krishna. Let Krishna make the decision whether this person is right or not wrong. If he is not right, he wouldn't be here in the temple. If he's right, he wouldn't be doing any services. It says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 7 that a person whose all sinful activities has been eradicated and is free from all sinful activities, okay, only that person serves the Lord. Only that person, not any Tom, Dick and Harry can serve the Lord. If the person or Krishna chooses this particular soul, okay, let me give my causeless mercy upon him, that person comes to temple. Whoever comes to the temple, he is the guest or he is the very dear person to Lord Krishna. We must, give attention to that person. Because you don't know. Maybe we have been in the movement for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. We don't know the person who has come just front of us. And we see them as a neophyte devotee. He's not a neophyte devotee. Just wait. Wait for the time. He will fly like a rocket. He will surpass you. He will surpass everybody. And you will see, my God, I was pointing out the fault of everybody. No, we should not. We have to become to the right consciousness. When that right consciousness is there, then Lord Krishna will reveal himself. Now you are ready to see me in every single atom. Now you are ready to see me in every single living entity. Now you are ready to see me everywhere. See as sun and moon as my eyes. See the trees as my hair. These tree waters like this and that. Everything, we start seeing everybody in that aspects. We have to be in the right consciousness. I tell you one beautiful story. Here, there was one Brahmana. He was a very good devotee of the Lord. Okay, every morning the way we wake up here, 3:30 or 4 o'clock to do Mangala Arati. And this person, every day he wakes up and he goes to worship the Lord early in the morning. But just front of his house, there is another house, and that was the house of a prostitute. Okay, and this prostitute, the business itself is like that. Their work starts in the night. Okay, so whenever this Brahmana gets out of the home, because her work starts 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the night and finishes 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, because that's what they do. Okay, a prostitute. And this Brahmana, his work starts early in the morning. So whenever he comes out of his home, lock his home, and he sees the face of a prostitute. Okay, and prostitute, she humbly sees the Brahmana. She pays obeisances, and she, in her mind, she offers obeisances many times to this Brahmana. She says that what a wonderful life, what a wonderful personality he is. I am so fortunate that due to I am doing such an abominable activity, okay, which is a heinous work of this whole world, that many people comes and touch my body, but I'm so fortunate that every morning I get a chance to take the darshan of the devotee of the Lord. I mean, that's her consciousness. And who is she? She's a prostitute. But what she sees other person as, oh my God, I wish due to my bad karma, I am doing this activity. I wish I can get the blessings of this Brahma. And she glorifies in her mind. But when this Brahmana sees the prostitute, in the same time he says, chi, my day has been ruined. Okay, and whose face I have seen, because in those times they used to say this Brahmana, if you see the the face of a dog or of a prostitute, of a Vaishya, early in the morning, that means you have been contaminated. Then he thinks like that oh, chi, I have seen the face of a prostitute, how I'm going to worship the Lord, I have been contaminated in my consciousness, in my body, chi, she's she's this woman, that woman, so many men has come and passed through her. That's being as a Brahmana, okay, being as a person of a Vedic scripture. His consciousness is seeing other is different, and this lady who's a prostitute doesn't have access to the Vedic scripture. Her consciousness is different, and when they both leave their body, guess what, who goes to the spiritual world? This prostitute. When this prostitute goes and this Brahmana gets upset with the Lord, my Lord, this is not completely fair, this is unfair. Why? What happened? He says, throughout my whole life, I have studied the Vedic scripture. Throughout my whole life, I have done the many sacrifices. Throughout the whole life, I have chanted your holy name. Throughout the whole life, every morning, I have worshipped you. How come I am not getting an access to come to your spiritual world? And this prostitute has come. The Lord says, what was your consciousness worshipping me? So the consciousness matters a lot. In which consciousness we are practicing our devotional service? In which consciousness am I chanting the holy name? In which consciousness I am sitting in the class? And which consciousness I am giving the Srimad Bhagavatam class? And which consciousness I am doing the services to the class? Am I doing to please my Lord? Or am I doing to please my own senses? We need to watch out to whom we are going to give the certificate, or to whom we want the certificate from. No, there is nobody. Only the certificate will be given by Lord Krishna himself at the end of your life, or my life, or everyone's life. When he sees Ante Narayana Smriti, at the end of your life, if you think about Lord Krishna, that is the only certificate you can give to yourself. Otherwise, nobody. What's the point? We can just doing some service, asking our friend to take our photo and post it on Facebook or Instagram or any other social media and get so many likes or dislikes like that, Somebody is poking out, oh, heart is there because somebody likes my service. That's what I want to do. No. Krishna is noticing everybody who is, and plus Shrimati Radharani is also there, who is doing in what intention our service. Because during the Srimad Bhagavatam class, when it was done by Sukadev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj, so many hundreds and thousands of sages came, not from this planet, all over the world. Okay, and not everybody was a staunch devotee of Lord Krishna. They were mixed devotees. Somebody following Karma Yoga, somebody following Jnana, somebody following Ashtanga Yoga, somebody following something else, something following something else. So they were mixed. So there were many questions being asked by Parikshit Maharaj to enlighten those people also, so they can attract toward bhakti, because bhakti is the only process you can get out of this material world. Otherwise, we don't have any other hope. So when we have our intention right to do the service, then see the magic happens in our consciousness. Even though many difficult situation comes or provoking situation comes in our life, we can handle it very carefully because we can see the hand of the Lord everywhere. That's what this verse is talking about. Seeing the Lord hands everywhere. Okay, I was thinking my life will be very blissful after chanting Hare Krishna, but I can see myself, drowning more and more into the ocean of this material existence. No, you are not. You are drowning not on in the ocean of material existence. You are drowning in your own false prestige. Before, you used to be glorified by those, so-called your employees, or so-called your family members in front. But here, they are devotee, they cut off your false ego. And that hurts. That really hurts. Because we think when we are going to the temple, I will be glorified. No. Yes, you will be glorified, but for your genuine service to the Lord. Not for your false service. Even though Krishna appreciates, no matter, by any means you are here, I will purify you. But how does he purify? He does purify through his service. He does purify through his devotees. Does he purifies when he glances upon us, when we come and take the shelter or to see the Lord every morning? We must spend as much as time to see the Lord, because he's not just a statue here. Okay, when he glances upon you, then we will be purified. Lots of millions of lifetime our sin will go away when he sees us. When we see him, still our millions of lifetimes sinful activity goes away. We are benefit in both the cases. Like if you throw an apple on a knife, who will cut? An apple. But if you throw a knife on an apple, then who will cut? Apple. So when we come and see the Lord, we are being benefited. When Lord sees us, we are in benefited. So in both cases, we are always victorious in all the circumstances. But Lord still want to see the sincerity. As he says, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tamasatava bajamyaham. The way you are reciprocating with me, the way you are doing my service, the way you are chanting my holy name, the way you are listening my Srimad Bhagavatam class, on that level of degree, I will open up myself to you. So it's up to us. If you want to open 10%, Krishna says, okay, I'm also 10%. If you say 50%, I'm also 50%. If you say 100% surrender, there you go. Here am I 100% in your hand. But it's not so easy. It's really not so easy, because our false ego is so thick, so thick. Instead of cutting, we are nourishing it. We are nourishing our false ego. We have to go other way around. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you all. If you have any questions, I would like to happily answer you. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. 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 So Prabhu's question, I'm just doing for the online viewers. Prabhu's question is that, as I said, that when a new person comes in the temple, so we should not judge them. And I gave the example of a mango. when the mango is unripened, and give the mango time to ripen. So when people come and when we preach them to them, and it's been so many years, but their behavior is not up to the standard. So how do we see that thing? Yeah, that's your question. See, there are different levels of persons. Okay, some people, they learn only by saying once. Some people learn like in a school or our colleges. Okay, there are different level of intelligent people are there, like students are there. When teachers speak something just in a one go, some people grab just in a one go. Some people say, madam, I did not understand, do you mind explaining it again? Then this teacher again explains. Okay, this is the second time. Some people understand by third time, fourth time, fifth time, 10 time, 100 time, and some people takes even some more time. Not because we all are individuals. Okay, we have our individual choice how fast we pick up the process, because we all are individually conditioned according to our individual nature. Okay, understand this point. If you are taking a train from New York, go to Chicago. Okay, so there are three ways. There is a train who is express. It runs super fast. There is a train who runs medium fast, and there is a train is a local. But they all three are going to the same destination. So it's up to the individual choice of the passenger which train he sits or gets on. If he says, I want to run fast, then he sits on the express. But if he wants to say, I want to take my time, okay, I don't want to go very fast, not very slow, then he gets on the medium train. When he says, I want to take my time, I'm not in rush, so I will take a local train which stops at every station, then he goes. But if he's still catching the right train and going to the same destination, today, the person who has caught the first train, he can reach by this evening. The second person can be reached next day morning. And the third person can reach next day evening. But they all have reached. It's an individual choice. So, bhakti also. Some people, according to their agyata sukriti or the devotional service of previous life, they picks up in a one go. Very fast. They run like a sprint. But some people, they go as a medium speed. And some people takes the time. So we need to encourage everybody. That's why government has given a 3 types of train: fast, medium, and slow. Because not everybody gets onto the fast train. Not everybody wants to go on the slow train. It is the individual choice. But we must stick to the bhakti. If the person has come on the train of a bhakti, let him be sit there. You have purchased a ticket for him, which is the Japamala, chanting the holy name, gave him in his hand. Encourage him not to get off the train. Make sure if he wants to come after 2 days, which I am reaching this evening, no problem, Prabhu, I will come and see you after 2 days. No problem, Prabhu, I can see you after 1 week. No problem, but you be on the train. Don't get off the train. Be on the train. So that is our main thing. If there are some people taking their time to chanting more rounds or coming to the program, no problem. Be friends with them. Tolerate. Okay, encourage them. Encouragement is the only thing which Srila Prabhupada was carrying in his heart. In one of the past time where Srila Prabhupada was doing a morning walk, there is one temple president. He was coming and he was criticizing other people. They don't listen to me. They don't follow what I say. It becomes hard for me. Those I just want to kick them out. This and blah 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 blah. And Prabhupada says, you are here to discourage them, and I'm here to encourage them. Make sense or not? Because we want people to exactly follow, we want them to follow. But how it is possible? Because bhakti is volunteer. This whole organization is running on a volunteer basis. Can you see the magic of Prabhupada? Prabhupada is not paying anybody. But still people have given their life. What to speak about, given their days or their months or weeks. Like Prabhu's, he comes every time I see him, he gets so many bhogas for the Lord. Some dry fruit, some fruit, some other ingredient. He just comes and gives to the Lord. If there is no chance, he puts something in the hundi. That's his desire. So we encourage everybody like him. Ki whatever your heart says, serve the Lord. But don't get out of the bhakti lifestyle. Be encouraged. You never know. Today, he's taking time. But guess what? If his engine of his bhakti is warmed up, he will fly like anything and he can take over us also. So we must, as a preacher, we must tolerate all those things. Give them time. Not every seeds comes out immediately. Some seeds takes time, like sprout itself. Some seed, their sprouts, they comes very quickly, like over the night. As you put the seed now, in the evening, you can come next morning, you can see the sprout is there. And some sprouts, some seed sprouts, they takes a week, a month, or a year also. So let them get engaged in there. Encourage them. No problem. We have got plenty of field here to preach. Plenty of field here to preach. Plenty of people are waiting for us to get preached. If he is there, okay, no problem. Let him encourage and you go and preach other. You can find some more people who are faster than him. So we need everybody. Got the point? Okay. Thank you. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.